I'd watch a documentary about nuts. You can take that clip and do whatever you want with it.
I'd watch a documentary about nuts. I'd watch a documentary about nuts. I'd watch a documentary about nuts. I'd watch a documentary about nuts.
I'd watch a documentary about nuts. Nuts, 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 nuts. I'd watch a documentary about nuts. Nuts, 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 nuts.
You can take that clip and do whatever you want with it.
Nuts.
Wow.
You know what they did with that? They did whatever the hell they wanted with it.
And
that's what they did.
I just want to say, what a celebration of creativity and artistry from a user named 28HeartNell on Reddit, and their name on SoundCloud is Peter Pants.
Man, wasn't afraid to switch it up mid-track. Totally switched it up. Wasn't expecting that.
It was abrupt and incorrect.
Welcome to the Valleycast.
But it was done very well, and I appreciate the track. I think it's wonderful, and you did exactly what you were asked to do. So now,
that first beat was great.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give everyone a second piece of audio to use in a new intro. And the person that will provide that sound is Joe Beretta. So, Joe, give them something like, I'd watch a documentary about nuts.
Something like that, but different.
Something like that? Okay.
But think about a documentary about nuts and then use that as your creative
And also,
muse.
Peter Pants, if you want to just make one, because you made this one and it's very good, if you want to just make one, we'll also just play yours since you're the first person to ever do it. So you guys submit your version of whatever Joe's about to do, and then that will be the next intro for the next Valleycast. But then right after that, we'll play, if you make another one, Peter Pants, your version.
We'll set it up. Okay, here we go.
All right, this is Joe's track. Turn this into an intro song for the Valleycast.
I don't care what my parents say. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it with vigor.
Wow.
Take that. Do whatever you want with it.
Nice work, Joe.
Or don't.
Guys, welcome to the Valleycast. This is a podcast run and curated by the Valley Folk.
The Valley Folk are a group of friends and lovers who get together and make funny videos.
A contingency
so
of
often.
haha that also has robust sex with one another.
Yeah. Currently, I think we are in kind of exhaustion mode from a big shoot yesterday.
We certainly are. And we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it.
We should talk
about it.
I think we should talk. Let's talk
Well,
about
before we talk about it, I do want to say that we are without Ms. Lee Newton in this episode. So it's just the boys.
She's
this time around.
She's got a big old party she's planning for.
She does have a big party she's planning for, and she did a lot of great work yesterday on the thing that we're about to talk about. But yeah, that's it. So we're without Lee. It's a boys' show. Let's get started. So yesterday, should we talk about it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yesterday we shot
dude.
a brand new Santa Steve.
Yeah, we did. It was a long
put it lightly.
day. Yeah.
To put it lightly. And
it was not a normal 2-hour video production. This was a 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Start to finish. Nonstop. Bunch of guests coming in. Production that was also our kind of holiday party. We bribed people with drinks and num-nums.
And just before we did it, I recorded an episode of Dynamic Banter.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to let everybody know that on that episode, the fat radio machine was turned on, and those sounds we heard on our Zoom recorder just happened through the entire end of the Dynamic Banter episode.
They turned on the radio frequency
radio
machine
fat
downstairs.
Machine.
Oof.
Yeah.
You call it radio fat?
Radio fat machine.
I love that.
That's funny, man.
But yeah,
sucks, but very funny.
Yeah, so anyway, yes. But I recorded a Dynamic Banter and then immediately got into the Santa Steve outfit.
If you're new, weird. But also, if you haven't heard,
thank you.
Also, thank you. And also, we're sorry. But on the last week, we had a technical difficulty where we learned that our downstairs neighbor has a radio frequency fat burner.
We don't have to be sorry. It didn't affect them.
Well, not letting them know what was happening. Oh, I mean, sorry in advance for all of all of our fun, sort of foolhardy things and
our
adventures that we get into.
Jokes and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
sort of our demeanor in general, our nature is what I was apologizing for. Who we are as people is what I was apologizing.
And I do think it's a good opportunity to just kind of let people know that this is around the episode where if you haven't been listening to this podcast already, you're gonna miss a couple of things.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we don't really talk about that. Like,
we don't talk.
I don't know
about
how
that.
to even begin to sort of do summaries or explain or anything.
Well, I don't
like
think I don't even know how to do it with dynamic banter either, because it's like if you listen to the first episode of Dynamic Banter and then today's episode, the one that went up today where we're recording this, it would be such a different thing. And we're talking about ridiculous shit, and then suddenly like this music comes in, this History Road music comes in, and like no one, it's just madness. And I think it is important to say to people right now who are just getting started with our podcast, and if you're just getting started on Dynamic Banter
or podcasts,
you're really missing out on like a rich, fun kind of like camaraderie that we have as an audience and host, respectively.
I think people go back. I've seen a lot of like people tweeting out stuff from like old episodes, and it's because I think we forget that as the podcasters. We assume that they don't, but sometimes they.
Well, you know why we forget it
do.
is because most podcasts, I mean, a lot of them, I think a lot of the popular ones that people listen to on a regular basis they're kind of timely. There's a lot of timeliness about podcasting these days, and our stuff for the most part is pretty evergreen. You can listen to it anytime.
I feel like kind of to the point. I like the idea of if you're joining us now, you should definitely stick with us for the long haul, because I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this podcast weekly, you're gonna be in on some like weird new inside joke that like you're gonna miss completely if you don't follow along with us.
Yes. Now let's dive in a little bit
to Santa Steve.
Let's talk about Santa Steve. Give it
so-
some backstory. What is Santa Steve?
Yeah.
Well, Santa Steve, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Santa Steve is in part a Scott Pellegrino creation.
Okay.
Oh, really? A former not creative director, but
Producer.
head producer of SourceFed back in the day.
Like from what, like 2013
Like a year or something? I don't know.
to 2014 to like 2017?
I don't even know if that's that long.
Yeah, fuck, maybe not.
But anyways, he was there.
Anyway, if you guys wanted to, it's interesting. You could definitely like go back through the back catalog of SourceFed, and we could give you like an unofficial kind of like timeline of when producers changed, when the behind the scenes stuff changed. That way you can see kind of the evolution of 20 minutes or less all the way to what it was with like Falzone and Candace and all that.
Who was responsible for certain things? Like we've said it a number of times, but if Table Talk was the most enjoyed piece of content from the SourceFed days, that was a Bowman creation.
Bowman, we were all trying to come up with ideas, and Bowman was like, what about a show where we just pull like weird things out of a bowl, and it can say like a He-Man toy from 1980, and then you just have to talk about that.
Yep.
Yeah, Table Talk, it started the trend too of like us having aggressively bland titles for things like, like Movie Club or Table Talk, and like everything just has this sort of like, I kind of like that. I think it's a very kind of, because Table Talk sounds so simple, and it was such an insane show. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the Pellegrino years of SourceFed is where and that's so funny. That would be the chapter, the Pellegrino years. Yeah. Or the Pellegrino year.
The Pellegrino 8 months.
The Pellegrino part-time.
Yeah.
But no, he helped create Santa Steve. He loves to say that he created Santa Steve, and like it's one of those things where it's like, let him have that one. But to be quite honest, the idea he had was like, let's just get you in a Santa costume. You sit down in a chair, and then we'll bring everyone in the office over to your lap.
Are you doing your taxes right now, Joe?
No, I'm sending us our ad reads that I didn't do earlier.
Well, I'm sorry if I'm being rude.
No, keep going. I'm listening, and I'm in. I'm engaged.
Yeah, so Scott Pellegrino was like, go sit on this chair in a Santa outfit, and we'll bring everyone in the office around.
Simple idea.
To sit on your
Egg
lap.
of an idea, embryo.
Yeah.
And it became sort of you roasting people and saying
And you
aggressively
created the
offensive,
character in the moment, too.
I did create the character in the
Really?
moment, yeah. And the weird like voice I'm doing is like weirdly familiar, but not anything I've ever heard. Really.
I texted you last night because I could not get your voice to stop narrating my thoughts. Have you ever had that? You guys have that?
Yeah.
You have it's so annoying,
Yeah.
and it's like it means I've had like a fun time or like felt connected to somebody, like if I or spent just a batshit crazy amount of time with them, but like I could not lose it was like you were in my head, and it was it was terrible.
I'm sorry, I have that way with people. But
it was
no.
cool, but yeah.
Yeah, so Santa Steve is just this like amalgamation of a little bit of Santa, a lot of bit of Steve, some of your George R.R. Martin character,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
a lot of like person that is on at least 17 different lists.
I think it's
Yeah.
It definitely was a way for me to make my friends laugh initially. You know, it was a way for us to like improv together, because that's one of my most favorite things to do is be on camera with my really funny friends and just improvise. And this was a way to kind of like use that format for that. You know, it's perfect. It's a Santa, and then people come sit on Santa's lap. What's that like?
Yeah, there's a little bit of like performance art to it too, because people would kind of come in, they'd grab a drink, they'd eat snacks, and then there would just be this thing in the corner happening that was like independent of them. They could walk away from it, they could come back. And so it was kind of this like cycle. It was a constant source of entertainment for people that they could step away from or enjoy at their leisure. Really cool.
Yeah, and it's very much like a hours and hours type of situation, like the shoot itself.
I have to imagine what we just did, because we after we counted it up and misrepresented the actual number a number of times last night. When I did a tweet where I was thanking everybody that stopped by, and then I had to go, oops, sorry, I forgot this person, and then oops, sorry, I forgot this person again, all in the same tweet thread.
Well, you forgot both Mike and Bree, which makes sense because they came at the same time and they left at the same time
They
in the same
did.
car, which was weird. Bree Esrig and Mike
What's
Felsen.
And
going
Zoya's
on
been
there?
texting me a lot, and I haven't read any of them. And I have
Right.
like 2 or 3 missed calls from Zoya yesterday.
Right, and Bree hasn't been returning my texts, which is
That's
weird because normally
very
she'll,
strange.
yeah. So
Yeah.
And I saw them having sex.
you saw Mike and Bree.
You saw Mike Falzone having sex with Bree Esrig.
100. Wait, who's Mike Falzone?
I'm sorry, I had sex with
sorry, my fault.
I caught
Bree
me
not my
having
wife,
sex with
Heather.
Well,
Wait, you caught your wife with Mike Falzone?
Sorry, I thought I was Mike Falzone, and I was mistaken that my wife was actually.
Okay,
Bree.
hold on.
Totally mixed it up.
Joe had sex with Mike
wait a
Falzone.
minute. Hold on. This is crazy. First of all, I'm Mike Falzone.
Welcome to Dynamic Panther.
Okay,
Wait,
so
but
anyway.
the point I was going to make is that we had 22 people come in.
yeah,
we had
I thought it was 26.
We had a crap ton of people sit on
We had
your leg
too
yesterday.
many people in.
And I have to imagine that was longer than any shoot that you ever did during your SourceFed days.
I think they kind of were all that amount of time.
You say we're better and longer.
Yeah, you say for the
But
record.
I will say this: what we've filled it with this time is not like random interns at the SourceFed office. These are like, not to say that they weren't good people, but you know, as far as improv goes, not everybody's.
We brought guests in,
Good at
like
it.
from around
We
the
brought
YouTube
like our
worlds.
funniest friends.
Yeah.
we brought our funniest friends to be in this, and you know, we'll keep some of this a secret because we were kind of hoping to just kind of release a trailer and kind of get everybody excited, but. There were so many people invited.
It's
I guess
been
it was
leaked.
hard to. Yeah, it has been leaked. But we won't say who. We won't say everybody who was there because you didn't tweet everybody.
Oh, I
did
tweeted.
you?
I think I tweeted most people. It
Well,
doesn't
great.
matter.
You're gonna
Yeah.
find out on Joe's
We'll
tweet who's
find
in
out.
it. But anyway, yeah. So it was great. We did that yesterday, and it was insane. And it was just hours and hours and hours of me getting my right leg crushed by various weights and various levels of inebriation. And yeah, that's what it was.
And not to gush over you too much, but prepare for the gush, Steve, because
oh no.
Elliot and I were talking to one another and just looking at one another while it was going on, and I legitimately cried 7 times yesterday, like out of pure joy and laughter. And that's not hyperbole. It was a funny frickin' day.
Oh, man.
That's
So
7
good.
times out of pure joy and laughter. There were 9 other times
Just out of
that were out of
existential
just
dread.
Fear.
agony. Yeah.
And fear. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When's this gonna end?
It would literally be like, I would be like, okay, like I'm worn out from laughing. And I would get so tired that I would just stop laughing. I would just turn off.
Yeah,
and I
you
would
like
look
you just
blankly.
can't laugh anymore.
And then I would gain more energy, and then somebody else would come in, and yeah, man, there's some moments that are gonna be great. So I don't want to talk too much about it. We should let people.
I do want to say, first of all, thank you guys. I appreciate that. And Joe said one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me last night, and I like almost cried in that fucking Santa outfit. But Joe came over to me. Everyone else is buzzing with excitement, and we've been already shooting a couple of them. And Joe just comes over to me, and he looks me in the eyes, and he's like, just one note. He said, "You're so talented. You're so funny. You're so fucking good. I love you. You're amazing. I love you.
That wasn't me.
And then he just walked away.
Very sweet.
I was like, that's amazing. What a setup. I have one note for you, and I was actually anticipating like no one gives me notes.
Right.
No one does.
That's giving a note to that thing would be like, I don't know.
I mean, I would welcome a note. I really would have welcomed a note.
Let me tell you how to do Santa Steve.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, one of the main reasons why I did it again. Well, the main reason why I did it again is because everyone will not stop asking me about it. I know you guys love it, and you like to watch it around Christmas, and you love seeing it, and so I really, of course, for all that you do for us, I had to do that, return that, because you guys are gonna love it. But also because I love to joke around with my friends. Like that's what fuels me on a daily basis, is like being able to just laugh with my friends and do weird shit and like unconventional shit. And that's what Santa Steve is. And in being able to like curate the entire list of people that showed up too, really like elevated it to a level of like, oh man, this is crazy.
Yeah. Also, you have like it seemed like you're one of those people who you do truly gain energy from like riffing with your friends, and so on a day that if I was in that scenario, I would probably be like, I'm flat out exhausted. Let's get through it. I'd be on fumes, and you were definitely like there, but I think because you enjoy it so much, it just kept you going.
Yeah.
You would build on the momentum. It was really cool.
Well, and especially when you catch on to something that's like really good, and then you're like, oh fuck, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then I just like go there, you know?
I can't wait for people to see it. It's gonna be
Dude,
really cool.
I like Alana came at the end of the night when everybody, like, we had all been kind of sitting around and like relaxing after the shoot, and a lot of people stuck around, and we just kind of drank and had fun and played games and stuff. It was kind of like our unofficial Christmas party, sort of, as well as Cumby and Santa Steve. But I remember just like that moment of decompression after getting out of that fucking hot costume, and then just like laughing with everybody. I just like, Alana was like, we were driving back to my place, and I was just like, I've never felt this drained in my life.
Yeah,
like
empty.
Dude, I just like, my brain hurt. Like I'd never felt that kind of brain pain, and I was like, is this because I was just like playing a character for 6 hours straight?
Yeah, 100%.
Is that why? Is that what happens?
You were under lights, you were under pressure, you were performing.
Yeah.
You were hosting. There were so many things going on at once. And what a fun little tangent we can talk about where people go, shut up, it's not that bad. But I don't think a lot of people give credence to how hard it is to be on for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, actors, rightfully so, should get the like, oh, don't complain about your job stigma from the rest of society, and I totally understand that. But a long day of doing what you did, or being an actor performing, or a comedian, or anything for 8 hours, is mentally, spiritually,
it's a different type
and
of
physically exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is. You'll sleep for days.
Yeah.
If
I could have slept all day today for sure.
If you think about every time yesterday, somebody in their heads was like, I never would have thought of that. That means that the amount of energy that you're like somehow expelling by coming up with these things, you do it really easily and your brain works that way. And so like you have an advantage and a skill for it and all that stuff. But like it's still like you're just going. It's like you're tapping an electric like on your brain, and you're hitting that one spot over and over again with the lights. Yeah, like it's a marathon for sure.
It's a good thing it's only maybe once a year.
Yeah.
At the very least, maybe once a year, because that's crazy. I couldn't do it any more than that, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could. We always thought about doing like an Easter one, like just bringing Santa Steve out like on all the other holidays. But then there was an idea of just like every holiday we'll do like Santa, like, or we'll do like Easter Steve. Yeah. And like whatever.
The Steve Bunny.
Yeah, the Steve Bunny.
The Steve Bunny would be pretty fun. And before you say anything, yes, I know there are different types of jobs that are way worse to do for 8 hours. Thank you.
Yeah, again, it's a different type of exhaustion. It just is.
The worst.
The most tired. The people who say that kind of shit, they're the people who they think that they have to earn complaining, and that if they don't earn complaining, that there's some kind of moral reprehensibility to being like, this particular thing sucks. No, if something sucks for you, say it sucks. It's okay if your life is generally good.
And he's not even saying it
this
sucks.
Is the thing.
It's harder than people give.
Yeah, if there's a hard part about something, it's okay to vent about it.
Right, because you are your only you. You are you, and you have your perspective on what's hard and what your body can handle, and literally no one else is you.
There's also there's a healthy benefit to being like, hey, that was tough. Like that, just you get it out, and it doesn't mean that you're saying that you have it harder than anybody. Oh goodness!
And definitely don't compare yourself to others either. Just you do your thing, and if
I feel like I'm getting better at. You're way better at it than I am, and that pisses me off. And not
you think
so?
Yourself.
You nail it, and I'm still like I'm trying to get to where you are, but I can't. And it like pisses me off.
Why? What do you mean?
I'm just like I'm comparing myself to you.
Yeah, no. See, don't compare. That's the
that
the
was
thing.
the joke. That's the bit.
Okay, that's a good bit. I love
it was
that.
fun.
That was a great bit.
We could have gone.
I don't compare
direction,
myself to you guys because there's no comparison.
That's true.
That's very true, Joe.
Boom.
So let's talk about the Container Store.
That's really fun. The Container
Yeah.
Store.
Have you guys ever heard of it? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It's literally a place called the Container Store.
Yeah, it's called. Yeah.
Was this like another thing that you wanted to talk about? I'm
Yeah.
so confused. Okay.
Yeah.
The Container Store. What is that?
You've not heard of it?
No.
Elliot's heard of it. So
Absolutely.
Have you been in the Container Store?
I've never been, but I've felt as though I have because I feel like I've gained all the information I need about it based on the title of the store.
It's a wonderful place. The Container Store. Have you been to the Container Store? This is crazy.
Kate
okay,
has
so
never been to the Container
here's the thing.
Store. Is it a store with containers?
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. Alana is my girlfriend, and she's a great girl, and I love her. And when we were first kind of talking to each other,
Mike Falzone is Alana, correct?
Mike Falzone is Alana.
Thank you. Cleared up.
And she would just randomly drop in the Container Store casually into conversation.
As in, like, yeah, it was a tough day. I did some bills. I did some errands. Ran by the Container Store before I went to work, and then
more like, and it wasn't super often, but at least twice in like the like 3-ish or so weeks when we were kind of like getting into the dating thing. She would say something like, "Oh man, we got to go to the Container Store." Like, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool, we'll go. I'll go to the Container Store," and I just didn't think about it again. And then like a couple of weeks ago, she's like, Alana's like, let's just go to the Container Store. Like, I'm gonna take you there. And I was just like, are you talking about like Target? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, are you calling a place like the box, like Home Depot, the Container Store?
A place?
Yeah. And she's like, no, there's this place called the Container Store, and I'm taking you there.
Like how somebody might say, let's go to the grocery store.
Right, exactly. And it's like, well, which one? There's a million of them, and sure, I'll go. I don't give a fuck. But
All stores are container stores.
Right. So she's in some way or another, yeah. So she's like, the Container Store, let's go. So we go to the Container Store, and it is absolutely delightful. It is wonderful.
Really, delightful is the word you're using.
Walk us through.
It was such a delight. It's just this like.
Can you play a little music and describe?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'd love to. Really, really good.
Yeah, sorry. This will take me a second. So you guys build this up.
Yeah, because what I'm picturing right now is a Willy Wonka-esque adventure where instead of sweet treats and gooey gumdrops and paths made of licorice and everything is edible, everything is containable. Or containable.
Rather than being able,
you can put something in everything.
Rather than being able to eat the songflower teacup, you are instead able to store knickknacks and pencils in it.
Right.
Well, let's see what it actually is.
What is the Container Store, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Steve's area goes on the Container Store.
The best way I can describe it is think of the most stylish. Let's start with an Apple store.
Okay.
You've been in an Apple store.
I've been in an Apple store.
It's
modern. It has
smooth,
a style. It's got corners and edges.
Yes, lots of corners and edges. Lots of safe colors. Lots of
very
muted.
Deliberate.
Yeah, deliberate. Like futuristic. I would say
not overcrowded.
Right. Exactly.
Spacious.
But imagine now the Apple Store with pallets like Target, like aisles like Target.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. Or like a Michael's.
There's a little bit more organization in this than in the Apple Store.
And there's aisles. The Apple Store doesn't have aisles.
Correct.
It's just this big warehouse
Bunch
essentially with like tables. Yes. So think of an Apple Store, the sleekness of an Apple Store, the organization and largeness of a Target. Now put in containers.
Hold on. Did you say containers?
That's right, Elliot. I said containers.
You didn't say of varying sizes, but I imagine that's what you meant.
And colors.
Ooh.
And transparencies.
Ooh.
And design. I'm talking, you want a container that's a cute little dinosaur?
Wait a minute. Are you saying it's shaped like a dinosaur?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this, Steve. When you walk in and you see these things before you, these containers of varying shapes and sizes, these aisles, the sort of harkening back to the Apple Store and Target as well, do you ever have the thought, I get it, I don't need to go any further, and then leave immediately?
Absolutely
what
not.
keeps you in the Container Store?
Every aisle is a wonder because it doesn't just have containers. They also have things like what would be something that's like a step above the as seen on TV section in a store, where it's like completely adorable elephant tea sifter, and like kind of
Almost
like novelty, but of a higher caliber.
I've had this conversation with my roommate, Peter Rollins. He loves containers. And I noticed that everywhere in his place, he just keeps varying kinds of, like if he orders something nice, it is a nice type of container. He has like a jar for the coffee. It'll be like a thing to his toothbrush. It'll be a thing like a metal holder for another pencil case or cigar case or something. Like it's a container on a container.
What's the word for it? It's like a fancier word for like organized. Like
it feels very.
I remember what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Kits. No, I forget the name of it.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, yes, it's very like it's kind of like a nice way to live. Have these compartments that are kind of like stylish and they're kind of like, you know, the futuristic looking sometimes. Like, but this place like opens up your brain to like.
Oh, I could put stuff in that.
Yeah,
in my place.
And not only that, it's like, wait a minute, there can be a thing that like raises above my toilet that I can put stuff on, and it has cool designs on it. Like it's like suddenly you start to think of ways to like make your living conditions simpler and easier.
Yeah.
Just from like walking around this place, and there's just things where you're like, what? I've never even thought of that.
And you have so much stuff, which we've talked about before, and this is a journey that you're currently on. So of course, what a normal next step in your saga.
Yeah.
You're going to take the Container Store and what it provides, and you are going to take your place and you are going to organize shit out of it.
That place is going to be my Home Depot for fixing up my apartment for to be able to live in.
That is great, man. And that Container Store, you know what they're doing with that wall of knickknacks and whatchamacallums?
Yeah, tell me.
They're just being like, hey, here's an example of some stuff you can put in our containers.
It's wonderful. I'd love to go there with you guys.
Well, maybe we'll do an Out Yonder.
I think we should do an Out Yonder where we go to the Container Store. You know what I bought?
Like it's like at some point we have to stop just going for the views. You know,
I bought really quick. I bought like various containers and things, and I was like, we need to come back here because we were there as it was closing, so we had, which is even crazier. It made the whole thing even more of a Cinderella story, if you will. But I remember.
You start to tear up.
Yeah. But I bought these like because there's like many little novelty sections, and I bought these glasses that are called like the lazy wear in bed to read glasses, and they're essentially like glasses with like mirrors that point down.
Wait, so you're not careening?
Yeah, so you don't have to move your neck at all.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you just like lay there. I was like, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna get this for everyone for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like everyone I know is getting a pair of those glasses.
Dude, you could get like 17 of those and then set up a complex system to where you Rube Goldberg all the way to like the door. So if somebody knocks on it, you can just look through the peephole from your bed because you have this system of 17 mirrors.
Yeah, like
just
there's
ding,
a
ding, ding,
series
ding,
of
ding, ding, ding,
mirrors.
Or get a camera, whatever.
Whatever's easier.
And the guy that like is breaking into my house uses like a laser, and it goes ding 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 ding. And I go ah! He kid breaks it. But yeah, no, I absolutely.
I
love it.
An idea for a novelty invention called the hangover straw, which is these little straws that you keep kind of under your bed. And if you wake up with a hangover and there's a glass of water on your end table and you don't feel like you can reach it, you take the hangover straw.
Elliot, did you just invent the long straw?
Yes, I did. But listen to me.
No,
you repackage it, obviously, and you call it something different. I don't think that thing's patented.
Elliot,
and,
can I?
And then you get hydrated.
Can I?
In the dead of night.
Is this an open forum? Can I contribute an idea to your to maybe?
It's all off the record, and anything would have to go through lawyers in terms of like royalties.
But I
and
can
stuff,
suggest to you.
I would
something.
love to hear feedback. Yeah.
Okay, so take the concept of a camelback.
Okay. Yeah.
You seen one of those? A
Yeah.
backpack that has the little tube connected to it. And you
Yes,
have like
it's hairy. It's got two humps, and that's where you sit.
No, it's a backpack where inside there's a bulb, if you will, filled with drinking water,
Oh.
or like a big sheet filled with drinking water, and it's connected to a tube system on your backpack,
yeah.
and then you drink water out of it.
You knew he was
Now, what if your drunk device is simply an attachable camelback straw that connects to your bedpost, or maybe it's to the bed frame, or maybe if you have like a desk or something, you could connect it to the desk, but it's essentially just a straw that's stuck there, and then when you're feeling drunk, you pull it off of the thing.
You know why that's a better idea, Steve? I'll tell you why. Because not only does it solve one problem, which is dead water. You guys ever drink dead water?
Yeah.
That water's been sitting in that glass too long. Nobody wants it. Tastes gross. Why does it taste that bad? It shouldn't taste that bad.
It's still water.
Water gets real bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
water
so
does get bad.
in the dead of night, maybe, say you're preparing for a fun bachelor party. So, you're going to really go out. You're going to really get, crazy.
Yeah.
So if you prepare beforehand, which a lot of people do, they'll put out like Tylenol or whatever, coconut water.
Yeah.
If you do that with a glass of water, by the time you actually drink that water the following morning, it could taste like a little bit of bad water.
Right.
So this solves that problem. If
It
it's
does.
already in the airtight,
It's sealed inside of a pouch that's meant for liquids.
and you knew he knew what that was,
And
right?
so the other thing is that I was thinking you could do like a coffee version for coffee drinkers.
Sure.
You could put coffee in it. And if you want to do the old, like, you want to do the old college, fraternity joke, you can fill it with tequila, and then you could be like, hey, buddy, check out your Camelback, bro. And then you got to finish the whole pouch, bro.
I love the idea of wrapping it around the bedpost, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I contribute to this? Can I?
Absolutely. Also off the record, anything that
It's not going to be so much of an extension of yours, but it has infiltrated my mind, and I have an invention of my own that might replace your invention. I call it abstaining from poor life decisions. Reevaluate your life, Elliot.
Do you know that the amount someone drinks is not necessarily an indicator of their overall mental health?
I'm sure.
Now, you know that Joe knows what a
What if I got
Camelback
real
is.
serious on you? You bring up
What
an
if I
excellent point,
offended
Joe.
you in that moment?
I would like to say, you know what, Joe? And then I go on another tangent of whatever the hell that was. That
Screw
I got on a
tangents, guys.
soapbox on
I got a
there.
segue because we're talking about containers and boxes and rearranging your apartment and having a better life.
Tell us, Joe.
Check this out. When you're constantly on the go, grinding away at the office or hanging out with friends, there's not much time to think about upgrading your style or apartment, is there, Steve?
Absolutely
Is
not.
there? That's why we love getting a new box of awesome from Bespoke Post every month. These guys are out scouting for quality and unique products to send to you in each box, and now you can experience it too. And they got some cool stuff. Elliot, my friend here, loves the Churchill, which has cigars in it, and
I'm that guy.
reclaimed wood ashtray.
No shame, I'm that guy.
Ooh, and a candle to make your den smell or smell like a man cave. It's really cool. They got all sorts of stuff. They got parlor
wait.
boxes, which is like glasses for your alcohol and stuff. It's
So cool.
A wooden serving tray. It's
It's just cool
so
stuff.
good. So you should consider checking it out, and you can experience it too at boxofawesome.com. All you got to do is answer a few short questions that will help them get a feel for your boxes that'll best go with your style. Whether you're in search of a perfect drink, a well-kept pad, or jet setting in style, Bespoke Post improves your life one box at a time. Each box goes for under $50, but has more than 70 bones worth of unique gear waiting for you inside. The first of each month, you're going to receive an email with your box details, and then you'll have 5 days to change colors and sizes and add extra goods to your box. It's like you're customizing a character in one of your cool fighting games, Steven Zaragoza. I know you hear me. If you're not feeling that month's box, skip it, dog. From barrel aging kits, which is awesome, to limited edition cigars, weekender bags, to classy DOP kits. Not kicks. Bespoke Post offers essential goods and guidance for the modern man. To receive 20% off your first subscription box, go to boxofawesome.com and enter the code, everybody123, Valleycast at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Valleycast for 20% off your first box. Bespoke Post.
20%
boxes for guys that give a damn.
It's the only thing like that, the only company like that I've perused their inventory and wanted every single.
Yeah.
It's like
thing that I saw.
everything is dark wood mahogany, and I love it.
Bespoke did a dynamic banter thing and sent us some stuff, and it's wonderful stuff.
I will say I felt legitimate guilt for jumping on it as a sponsor.
Oh, no, you're...
I felt bad, Joe, and I want you to know that. I felt bad.
That you jumped on the gift?
I
do you
jumped
mean?
on it.
Oh, that's fine.
Recklessly.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I saw the email too.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
I saw
Okay.
it before you did, yeah.
I felt bad. I felt selfish, but I also am very excited, and I can't wait. So
Well,
It's,
I want you to know that I don't mind, Joe.
I was just going to say, everything that they're doing is like when I would read Maxim or GQ growing up.
Yeah.
And I'd look at the magazine and I'd go, if I'm going to be a classy man, or just a man in general, this is the kind of stuff I need, and that's what this book post makes me feel like.
Exactly, it's that guy stuff.
But also, how do you feel about Elliot taking the...
Oh, he feels fine about it. He said so.
It's
well, I
totally
didn't
fine.
hear him say fine.
It's fine.
He says
Whatever.
fine.
Are you sure?
I have to be fine with it because if I ruminate on it, it's going to affect my other areas of life, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Wow, what a wonderful high road.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a way of saying it without saying
Steve,
it.
thank
so.
you for complimenting me over Elliot's egregious mistake.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. But I'm not ruminating on it.
No, you shouldn't.
You
Enjoy
can
those
smoke one of my
cigars,
cigars.
asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got something.
Great.
That we did this yesterday, and I thought this would be a fun little.
I was hoping Steve was going to talk about
shoot.
Arco gas stations or something.
Oh, do you have another thing? Do you want to talk about Arco gas stations?
It's some boring place.
Oh, I see.
was
Because
just
I
poking fun
jumped
at
in
your-
at the container
how you were
store
like, well, let's
thing,
dive
yeah.
into the container store.
No, I
Yeah.
do feel like. Was there something else, Steve? Am I railroading
No-
something?
no.
Santa?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No.
We were after the Santa Steve shoot yesterday. We were just all hanging around with friends like you do, and we had a board game that was in the office. And we just started playing it. I just want to bring a couple out right now.
That's great.
Yeah, I think
love
this is
it.
going to be fun. We're flipping the podcast.
This is so fun.
a little bit.
Elliot, how fun is this?
I can't wait, Steve.
We had some.
I certainly cannot wait.
Joe,
we had
what a
some
great idea.
Intense conversations.
Wow, Joe.
Anyways,
Yeah,
the
I got
game-
it.
Good call for Joe Beretta.
Not a sponsor, nothing. We just really enjoyed it. It's called Shit Happens. And basically, there's all these horrible scenarios of bad things that could happen to somebody's life. And you get 4 cards and you read them out, and it's up to the people playing to put them in order from least worst to best worst. And you're matching it up to what I guess the card game, they surveyed a cross section of a shit ton of people, let's say. And there's averages for how bad everything is on a scale from 0 to 100. And it's up to us to debate and figure out what the order of the shittiness is.
Last night we had quite a few
Really
wonderful
intense conversations.
It does bring out a lot of actual debate, and again,
I felt feeling and passion about a lot of
Yeah.
it. I found myself being like, whoa.
Well, one of
whoa.
them was like, for example, one of the cards said you find out that your significant other was cheating for a year.
Yeah.
And then the next one was something like your arm and leg are bit off by a shark. So like, there were more, but between those two, which one's worse? And there was this big like fundamental debate about love and relationships and how learning that you were cheated on affects you.
Emotional pain versus physical pain.
Yeah. How long
A
emotion?
bunch of people like speaking their own anxieties through this
Yeah,
stupid
it was essentially.
Sometimes when you find out it's almost as bad as losing your
That's
arm.
the thing.
No,
it's like
not.
it's like
no,
we
it's
all
not.
we all like exposed the most sensitive parts of our
one
psyche
point-
all together. We were yelling over each other to get our
Dude,
insecurity out.
At one point, Anthony Carboni, who I haven't seen in years,
I know, I love him so
he
much.
started because you order it in the way of, I guess, the least worst. But
Yeah.
he started with finding out your spouse was cheating on you for a year, and I thought he meant that was the worst, and I like lost
You
my
did.
shit on.
You
him.
got
I was
angry.
like, what? and then the whole room
To
was
be
like, Ellie,
fair-
you don't know the rules. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, because to be fair, everything else that was on that was like lose both of your legs for life and be blind.
Yeah,
and
spend 5 years in a third world.
I mean, we all agreed that like finding out that your significant other was cheating on you for a year really sucks.
Yes.
But is definitely less bad than losing an arm and a leg
You're gonna
by
get over
being
that.
attacked by a
Eventually.
shark.
Yeah,
we're spending 5 years in a third world prison.
that was
Oh, yeah,
one of the
that
biggest
one,
ones.
dude.
Which
Yeah.
the more I thought about it, what a nightmare.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, dude, that's the worst one.
I think you're right. I came around, yeah.
The
Originally,
other
I
one,
thought it was
the one that everyone chose as the worst one in that scenario was losing your memory or something.
amnesia.
Amnesia.
And that's not, no.
Yeah, forget. Anyways, you guys want
yeah.
to read 4
no,
cards
thank.
off?
Yeah.
Now we're
like
just playing now we're playing the same round that we did. That's
we
because how
are.
much fun this
That's
game
how
is.
fun the game
Okay,
is.
so
yeah.
here we go. Here's 4 more scenarios, and I will contribute to the debate, even though I know the answers. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'll
you
just,
do? Okay.
Well,
is
I
there a
just
way
will.
for you to not know?
It's fine, because I'll just tell you how I feel about them without skewing. I promise.
Oh,
Here we
there's
go.
a way you could cover.
So 4 scenarios. Are you boys ready?
Yes.
Number 1, bite your tongue off. That's not getting back on. That's gone. They maybe if you got it on ice. I don't know the science. or
no,
medical
because that
behind it.
means that the whole premise of the
We're
card
gonna
isn't
assume
there.
you bite your tongue off and it ain't coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, it's not coming back.
There could be.
Your tongue don't go back.
Tongue gong pop back.
tongue
Tongue don't go back.
don't go back.
Go back.
Tongue don't go back.
Tongue go back.
Tongue. What?
Well,
Oh
guys,
God, tongue don't go back.
if there's one thing we should remember in this scenario is that Everybody
Says the
heals
guy
over
without a
time, and
tongue.
also don't go back.
I have concluded after much deliberation and in searching the human body for answers, it is true. Tongue don't grow back.
Now, son, you could, in fact, break your leg, and it will heal completely over time. You could have your fingernails ripped off one by one, and they will, in fact, find a way to grow back. However, if you bite off your little flesh-wiggling mouthworm,
You bite off your mouth dick.
I
like the idea of being like, son, if you cut off your arm or your leg, that will grow back.
100% grow back. I mean, we haven't checked. but it
Everyone
will.
knows
Oh,
that.
everyone knows.
But
simple science.
tongue don't go back.
But son, and I mean this, tongue don't go back.
Wow, very dumb. All right, what's scenario
Yeah, it's
number
so
10?
dumb.
Was that one? Was that the first one?
Yeah.
It was. Incurable hiccups. Incurable hiccups. Imagine that you've had hiccups in 5
All right,
minutes.
Pretty bad. Got it. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Pretty miserable. All right.
You'd get used to it.
Imagine making love.
You would get used to it. Someone
God.
would love you for even for that.
I didn't mean in relation to the game.
This harkens back to our SourceFed days, but I do believe I read. I don't know if we reported on many stories of people like going insane with
Yeah.
hiccups over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering like leaving the mortal coil.
Yeah.
Scenario number 3: find Grandpa's diary. He was a Nazi.
Oh, Grandpa.
Damn it, Grandpa! You're on the wrong side of
that's
history.
Fascinating read.
Grandpa.
God,
I mean, I would read it, yeah.
I would cherish it. I would be like, look at what I found.
You'd cherish it?
Anytime somebody accused me of anything bad, I would be like, look at what
Grandpa
I
was
came
a
from.
Nazi.
Look at my trajectory.
Yeah, that would be the best to have that scapegoat.
Yeah.
And finally,
I wish my grandfather. My life would be so much easier if my grandfather had been an. Let's keep going.
sex with your sibling.
My
Oh,
brother.
man.
My brother David.
Well, a lot of these new horny kids don't have a problem with all that. My
So-
porn
New-
sites are full of brothers and sisters making love.
I know. Your
It's like the latest thing. What's wrong with you kids?
tongue doesn't grow back.
Seriously, what's wrong with you kids?
Incurable hiccups.
Sex with your sibling and found Grandpa's diary. He a Nazi.
Grandpa's a Nazi.
Tongue
and
don't go back, and Grandpa
sex.
the Nazi.
Sex one time with my sibling.
It says sex with your sibling. So
God.
I don't know if I
Oh,
suppose
man.
it's a choice or an accident.
So here's
Let's
the
assume
thing.
it was an accident.
Here's
Let's
the
assume
thing.
you woke up and it was an accident.
All right.
Like, oh shit, I had sex.
Here's what I want to say.
my-
Because you'd have to know you were doing it.
Yeah.
You
Here's-
couldn't be like a.
let me say something here. I think grandfather's a Nazi is the least.
Yes.
Awful.
Let's
What
start
if
with
you
least.
super loved him? What if he was your hero?
It's
Even.
it's either between grandfather's a Nazi or slept with your sibling.
I mean, that just means you have a little bit, and it also means you have Nazi blood inside you.
Because sleeping with your sibling could be like, I was on medication when I was younger, and like things went bad, and like there could be an excuse for it, or maybe you're in love, and
Sure.
that's fine.
There's no such thing as Nazi blood. In fact, that idea is idea propagated by the Nazis.
That's true.
Yeah, but those are the same people that said your tongue would grow back.
That's true. That's true.
But I
Good
do
point, good
think
point.
that perhaps
Wait, hold on.
perhaps genetically you could pass down a predisposition to evil or to a susceptibility.
Perhaps.
There are
to
theories you could get like hereditary unconscious biases.
Hereditary.
Yeah, that's
No,
probably-
I mean, you can look at the DNA. Your DNA is actually shaped in the form of a swastika.
Yeah.
Oh.
Instead of a double helix, it just sort of stops and crosses
Kink, kink,
over.
kink.
Oh my
I don't want to I don't want to overlook the fact that I think the sex with sibling for me would destroy me for a very long time.
Mhm.
For a very long
Well,
time.
it
I would
depends
be
on
messed
how.
up.
It depends on the way you look at sex.
Or your sibling, I suppose.
Is sex just a thing that
Yeah.
even animals
Yeah.
do biologically?
We can't overlook the mental implications and
Sure.
the chemicals that get moved around.
Sure, but if your brain don't go back,
your brain don't broke.
your brain don't go back. But I will say that you can get over a lot of things.
I
with,
agree.
with therapy.
I'm just saying, I know that it would mess me up personally, and there's probably people within the survey that agree with me.
Okay, so I'm gonna say. So then,
What if you got a resounding and vocal no? What if you got a bunch of people who are like, nah, it's not that big of a deal?
okay, so then let's say Grandpa's a Nazi is the least.
That's your
worst.
least? Okay.
For sure.
I guess we could say the sleeping with your sibling. I don't know. What are the other ones?
Incurable hiccups and bite your own tongue off.
Bite your own tongue off if tongue don't go bad.
Well, everyone knows.
Everyone, I would say
go bad.
that one's pretty bad, you guys. This is a tough.
Tongue don't grow back.
Yeah.
Like, imagine right now, just like move your tongue around in your mouth. Imagine if it wasn't there and it was just a vacant.
I mean, you
You wouldn't be able to communicate very easily. You'd have to learn sign language.
sign language. Yeah,
You'd
you
potentially
explain.
could choke on it.
You'd
and
feel
die.
dumb. You'd feel like a piece of crap for the rest of your life because you were such an idiot. You bit your own tongue off.
I mean, yeah.
It never
was-
makes you
it
feel
was
smart when you bite
probably-
your tongue.
It was probably an accident.
It's going to hurt your ego, and it's going to hurt your ability to meet people. It's going to hurt your work occupations. It might be, all in all, the worst one because therapy can't.
But I will also contend Steve's right, even with the sibling thing, there's a lot of things that humans get over. And I know there's people out there that have, in fact, done this, and they're living quality lives, and they got over it.
Yeah,
True.
that's
That
what.
they bit their. I guess, yeah. But here's the thing, though. Oftentimes, right, this is like an involuntary thing. If you lose your tongue, it's because you seized or something like that, and so then it was. There's no shame in that. But what I'm imagining is a voluntary act of like biting my own tongue.
Gosh, you made the
like,
choice?
or maybe it's accidental. But either way, it's like. It's not because of an involuntary action that was already happening to your body. You know, it's like you're eating food or something. That's what I'm imagining. Is that
I don't
not
know.
what you
Well,
guys are
have
imagining?
you guys had those, like, you'll be doing something and you'll have a very vivid, let's just call it day terror.
Yeah.
Of like, oh my gosh, what if that happened right now?
Yes.
I've had this thought
All
while
the time,
driving
Joe.
a million
What is
times.
that?
I don't know. But, like, I've had my tongue, like a premonition that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
Premonition.
I see it vividly.
But
Stomach drops into your chest, or
I've
heart
had
drops into your
this
stomach.
with biting my tongue off, specifically while driving. There's been times
Wow.
where there's actually two scenarios. Times where I've had my tongue out, like I'm sticking it out, just like, "Bleh," or having fun and being a silly person. But then I was like, what if I would have got rear-ended right there? Bam, gone. Same as been. I had the same thought when picking my nose in my car. What if I got hit while picking my nose and I died because I shoved my stupid index finger 10 inches into
That's
my
it.
brain?
It's fear of dying dumb.
Yeah,
and I
man.
think fear of harming yourself dumb is also legitimate.
I think I maybe figured this game out for myself. We'll see how you guys feel about this.
Okay.
What if you took every single one of these instances and just applied it to yourself directly in the moment you hear it?
Sure.
So the moment you hear it, you're like, this has just happened to me. How would you react in that moment? And that's how we find out what is the worst and what is not the worst.
That's interesting.
This is a good music choice, Steve. I love this. It actually makes me want to know what the answer
Yeah.
is.
If I go by that, as I recall, I think the most visceral reaction I had was biting my own tongue.
Biting
off.
the tongue
and
off,
then it would be hiccups, and then it would be
Yeah.
sex with my brother, and then it would be
So
'cause
you- okay.
Grandpa, it would be Grandpa's
so
and
the one I've already forgotten
So
about.
to
Grandpa's a Nazi.
recap, in order of how it would come out in your tell-all book, going from the least crazy to craziest or traumatic, we're going to go, you said grandpa, sex with sibling, hiccups, bite off your tongue.
Yes.
Okay. And just like the Family Feud survey says, everybody, with a rating of 55, Grandpa's diary, he was a Nazi, is the lowest.
I would
You
like
guys
to
great.
know that.
clarify.
Okay.
I'd like to clarify that both of my grandfathers were already pieces of shit. So please, if you have a lovely grandfather, don't project your lovely grandfather image onto me.
Yeah, but
I'm glad both of my grandfathers are dead, and I hope they rot in hell.
both of my
So if-
grandfathers were pieces of shit too.
Yeah. So
Really?
it's
Yeah.
there's no like
Well, one of my grandfathers was a piece of shit. Yeah.
yeah, no love lost. So
Yeah. The other one was okay.
I guess that's not fair to say for me though. Who knows?
Okay.
But from my perspective, they were pieces of shit.
So you guys said sex with sibling is the second least. That has an 89.5 rating
So that's
right now. So-
real bad.
incest is a big taboo for a lot of people.
yeah, man. I'm guaranteed.
And it certainly isn't for a lot too.
Even in 2018.
yeah. Okay. So then with the third, you guys put incurable hiccups, and that was an 88.
Wait, you ordered it?
So that's less problematic than.
So this is your order right here.
This is our
I see,
order.
I see,
Yeah.
I see.
So right now, you guys
That's pretty similar.
People think that sex with your sibling is worse than incurable hiccups.
A little.
So you guys wouldn't have got these 2 cards.
Man,
Correct.
I don't.
Oh,
think,
that's how it
I
works, you
don't
get
agree.
it.
I still don't agree with that. But it's very close.
Mhm, it is very close. So it's
It's close, yeah.
I don't agree with
on
it,
a scale of 1 to 100, 89.5 and 88 are about as
If they
close as you
took
can
this
get.
survey with people
Almost.
standing around other people, that for sure infiltrated how they rated sex with sibling. Because not any of those people would have went, yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. They're all like, yeah, sex bad. That's the worst.
Yeah, I'm really
For
curious
sure.
what you got. All right, what do you got? So
And
that
then
leaves,
finally-
Incurable hiccups. So you'd go mad.
You guys, finally, in the number 1 spot put bite your tongue off. It was almost correct. It's 89. Sex
wow,
with your
those
sibling.
3 apps. That's how we debated it, though. We
Yep.
said like this is the obvious easy one, and then these were the ones that were like, I guess this.
Yeah,
one?
but this is according to basics.
It's just this is a survey of people.
That looks like a penis tip.
not the enlightened people like us who could very
Yeah.
quickly get over having sex with
Yes.
a
It
sibling.
should-
It
Yes.
should be
With
pointed
all of
out
our
that
mental fortitude.
sex with sibling was represented by 2
Intellectually
banjos.
stimulated people.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So you guys were wrong. It's fine. You got Grandpa's Diary. You guys
I could agree with that. I mean, I could agree on that scale.
Do you want to do 4? And we'll just do it twice and get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is
Do
this
we
your,
ha-
how much time are we at? What are we doing?
We are
How-
at 50 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
50,
actually,
well-
why don't you do a little? I'll get 4 cards for you.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
just I won't look. I'll just
Wait, did we
I'm
do
gonna
we
try
need to
not to
do
look,
another
too.
ad
yeah, he's
really
gonna
quick?
do an ad read.
Okay.
I'll set these up.
Is only one more ad read or there's 3?
There's this one, and then there's another one.
Am I doing one of them?
Yes.
Which one is
They
it?
should be in there.
I see him, but I don't know
Whatever
which
one he doesn't
while
do.
I'm doing this, you
Oh,
can.
you just pick
It'll be
one.
like a fun game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. I'm gonna tell you guys about stamps. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is fun.
Yes.
We're doing stamps, guys. Listen.
Yes.
Listen to me, guys. You can get practically everything on demand. All right, like our podcast. You can listen whenever you want, when it's convenient for you. You could batch listen to them. You can listen to old episodes, what have you. Did you know you can even get postage on demand? All you need is stamps.com. Here's what you're going to do, guys. With Stamps.com, you can access all the services of the post office right from your desk. Buy and print real U.S. postage for any letter or any package. All available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just click, print, mail, and you're done. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale. You can weigh your letters and packages and print the exact amount of postage every time. They'll send you a digital scale. How cool is that? And, okay. So Stamps.com is a wonderful thing because shipping things can be a pain sometimes, and also if you can do it from your bedroom, it's better than if you can do it elsewhere. And I just want to let you guys know that. I think everyone knows that on a deep personal level.
And
but
if they
I wanna
didn't, they do know
articulate
now.
it. Yeah, things are better when you're not around people. Anyway, guys, here's what you're going to want to do. Use Valleycast for the following offer. You're going to get a 4-week trial, which includes postage and a digital scale. Do not wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. I'm talking before you eat, before you go to the bathroom, before you take care of your basic needs. Go to Stamps.com, click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Valleycast. That's Stamps.com. Enter Valleycast. Guys, you will have
Do it.
a wonderful time. Give it a try, and thank you for listening.
I'm so
to this.
excited we got Stamps.com on board. That's like for me, that's podcast legitimacy.
There you go.
I love that.
Thank you to Stamps. It means a
Oh.
lot
I'm
to
gonna
have
use-
you on board.
I love that.
I'm gonna use the crap out of that. That's
Um,
great.
all
All right,
right.
here's 4. If you don't like the 4, just get better ones for conversational purposes.
Shoot. Here, yeah, I'm taking a random one. I just want to see what side. Do you know what side of the? I'm just trying to. Okay.
Are you trying not to see?
Yes.
Let's go. Oh, you're trying to play
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
play
they're on the
myself.
bottom.
Okay,
Yeah,
here we
yeah.
go. See if I can just. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Steve, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Roller coaster stalls. You dangle upside down.
had that
for
one
2
yesterday.
We
hours.
did have that one yesterday.
Then, and if we're not doing ones, then let's get 2 more.
Boom, boom.
Thank you.
We all determined that being upside down on a roller coaster would suck, but it's not the worst thing.
For me, it's
Okay.
more than a nightmare.
Here we go. Here we go, guys.
And that's my favorite song by Rush. More than a nightmare.
You go deaf.
Ooh.
You go deaf. Teenage daughter is pregnant. You're mugged. You go mute.
Oh. Whoa, what a weird
You
one.
go deaf. You go mute.
You go deaf, you go mute.
Your teenage daughter is pregnant. You're mugged.
Well, your teenage daughter is gonna. There's a high chance your teenage daughter might get pregnant.
It's a thing that happens. You roll
It's
with
a
it.
thing that happens, and you roll with it.
Least-
You roll with
least.
it, and also
Easily least.
like it's coming from a father that has an 11-year-old
That's true.
and is getting older. It would be traumatic. It would suck. but you get over it. You fall in love with that little shit, and
Would
becomes
you-
part of the family.
Yeah, let's say it's 19. She's 19.
Yeah, I know I would react with
What
anger
about
at
17? 17 makes it,
Okay.
Even worse. I know
Because I mean, 19's still teen.
I've known.
but it's like a
family
legal
members-
adult. I think
Yeah,
17
17.
is.
It would be really tough.
It'd be
but
devastating.
but just at first, and then you build together, and you get over it, and your family's larger, and you make the best of it. So I don't think it's the most traumatic.
Wow,
would
look
ra-
at all that love this boy has.
I would,
Would
but
you
I'm not. I don't
rather-
want to undersell that I would.
Well, of
I know
course.
I would be angry,
Of
and then I'd
course
be
you would.
angry at myself with how
I don't
angry
know.
I was. And
I feel like if you were given the choice between getting mugged and your daughter getting pregnant, you'd absolutely opt for getting mugged first.
yeah, 100%.
So mugged would be
Because
the
that's
lowest for you.
But that's me being a protector. I would 100% jump in front of a moving car
Right.
for my child.
which is very sweet and altruistic.
Yeah, and I'm going to survive a mugging. It's going to suck. I'm going to have a little PTSD over it, depending on how violent it was. It would suck. But I would right now I'm saying, for me, teenage daughter, mugged, and then it's a toss-up between
It is a toss-up.
deaf
if you're
and mute.
deaf
and I'm
mute.
gonna
You're starting at the least.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you would choose to get mugged over.
Right,
So mugged
but,
would be least for you.
But I'm also saying I'm thinking of the survey. So I'm going...
oh,
Yeah, he's playing
objectively,
the
you're
game.
trying to win the game. I see.
Yeah,
no, but
I'm-
I'm also thinking, not
Yeah.
just that, but would mugged... Now I'm
I'm playing the game
second-guessing.
too.
Yeah.
I agree. I think being mugged is the least scary.
Even more so than your daughter getting pregnant. I just feel like I
You're
don't.
not going to lose much with getting... Mugged would suck, and it would suck in the moment, but then you'd be, like, appreciative of life
Yeah,
when
and
it's
you're
over.
fine.
I'm switching it up. Mugged, teenage daughter,
Yeah.
mute, deaf.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, deaf is the worst for sure.
Yep.
Because not being able to hear music and
That's it.
You're just
We
not,
got
yeah,
it. All right, here we go, guys.
yeah.
I think before we'll talk
well,
about it.
you
when
can
do it.
keep talking.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that I think there's something to be said, and I could be wrong because I've not experienced either of these things, but not being able to experience the world around you, for me, I think would be worse than not being able to project to the world around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want
Yeah.
to lose the experience, even though communication is part of the experience, but those senses.
But
you
other
know?
people communicate and you can experience it through that.
Yeah.
We're correct.
100%.
Oh, great.
What were
Great.
the numbers?
62.5 is you are mugged, so that's pretty low. It took us a little bit to get there. It took us a
Yeah.
little bit of time to get to the mug thing.
Yep.
Because we immediately thought, daughter, that's,
Huge jump, though.
82.5, we have teenage daughter getting pregnant. 95.5, we have you go mute. And then 96, barely beating out mute, is deaf,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where it's like, I guess, but obviously those two are...
And guys, what were your picks? Let us know on a completely random SourceFed video. Just just type in SourceFed into YouTube, hit search, go to page 6, pick any video there, and just comment in the comment section there. What were your choices?
Or you can also Snapchat Harley Morenstein at Harley Plays on Snapchat. Tell him what you thought the order was going to be.
And tell us what's worse between these two actual cards in the game. Oops. Nude selfie emailed to entire office. Or explosive diarrhea every time you orgasm.
Oh wow, yeah.
Nude.
The orgasm.
Oh, sorry, what's worse? Yes, the orgasm is
The
worse.
orgasm is worse.
A nude is what I would choose.
That's some good.
Yeah. If you guys
stuff.
you guys have basically seen me nude already.
Yeah.
Oh, basically?
Yeah, there's not
Is
a
there
lot
more,
of...
Steve? What are you not sharing with us? What's going on?
All right.
that question's easy because of the work dynamic, which is not a normal work dynamic. I'm sure it's a harder question for people who
Hey,
are respected by their peers.
guys, real quick, do you maybe want to think about the type of holiday gift to get for a guy this holiday?
Like in this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a moment for you.
Will you take a moment, Elliot?
I'd love to take a moment, Steve.
Yeah,
Let's take a moment and think about this. Guys can be hard to shop for,
That's truth.
but Harry's is the perfect gift.
Ooh, baby.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's nearly impossible to find a gift for a guy. What do you get him? A bottle of beer,
Check.
box of socks.
Check. Got him. Had him.
Yeah. A check.
I wouldn't mind it.
Give your boy a check. What are you going to do? You're going to go up to your best dude friend and go like, "Hey, bro, here's a check.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas."
Nah, it's not good.
No, it's not.
No.
How do you find something that's both thoughtful, special, and practical? Both of those things.
Yeah. Saying both followed by a list of 3 is my new favorite thing.
He doesn't need another wallet or more socks this year, right, guys?
Right.
That's why Harry's makes the perfect gift. They make long-lasting quality products at a super reasonable price. Harry's has a 4.5 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, and their German-engineered blades are as low as $2 each.
Not Nazis.
It's a practical gift he'll actually use and save him money on blade refills. You can personalize it, make it feel special. You can choose a color that's right for him. And now with limited edition holiday handles as well. And guess what? You can even engrave it personally. Engrave your favorite boy's name
Ooh.
on a Harry's razor.
That could be any boy.
How cool is that? And they're ready
Any
to
name.
gift. Any name, yeah. The sets come in a handsome gift box as well. And gift sets start at just $10, you guys, with a 100% quality guarantee. If he doesn't love it, returns are quick and hassle-free. So, guys, how about this Harry's limited edition set plus special offer for you guys? As a special offer for fans of the show, we've partnered with Harry's to give you $5 off any shave set. Guys, do the math. The gift sets start at $10. Including their limited edition holiday sets when you go to harrys.com and enter the code VALLEY at checkout. Plus, you'll get free shipping. This offer is for new and returning customers and is only available for the holidays, so get on it, guys. Each Harry's shaving set comes with an ergonomic weighted handle with an option to engrave, German-engineered 5-blade cartridges that provide a close, comfortable shave, foaming shave gel for a rich lather, a travel cover to protect your blades, a handsome holiday gift box, guys. Or, hey, if you just want something for yourself, redeem a Harry's trial offer to experience the quality of shave before committing.
I appreciate Harry's ironic name.
Guys, get your holiday shopping done early. Free shipping ends on December 12th. So act now. Go to harrys.com and enter the code VALLEY to get $5 off any shave set while supplies last. That's harrys.com, HARRYS.com, code VALLEY.
And remember, Harry's. Don't go back.
Don't go back. Don't go back.
Harry's body wash is what I used this morning, as well as their blades. And I will say that their blades are lovely and sharp. And I also want to say that the scent of their body wash reminds me of fancy hotels. And the scent is a very fresh, very nice. It's not like a lot of men's body washes kind of try to make you smell like you're gonna like go win the Super Bowl, or like you're gonna, I don't know. They're all blue and like.
It smells like Coach. Is what you're saying. Yeah.
I will say Harry's body wash is really, really nice.
Don't
and, like,
hug me, Coach.
Very ergonomic bottle too.
I'll take a hug from Coach.
I didn't ask for that, Coach.
This is the kind of stuff that actually, like, I know it sounds like I'm adding to the ad read, but I think about it independent of this thing about that body wash.
My PE coach was really weird. He was just like a weird yelly guy, and he just like seemed uncomfortably muscular. Like he didn't hold his body right. Yeah. He walked around. It just seemed like he was just so tight. It didn't feel good to be alive.
His skeleton was made for a certain type of body, but he was like, "Screw you, skeleton! I'm gonna work and make it different."
And he was just a weird guy. And then like. I don't know if I've ever told this story. Maybe I have. Did I tell you guys the story about I had Titanic? I had a bootleg of Titanic.
No.
Way back when Titanic
wasn't
wasn't
going
even
on
out
here?
on VHS. Listen to this story. I just thought of it because I haven't thought of my PE coach in so long, and then I thought of this story. I think maybe I have told this story. I had Titanic, a bootleg. It was on 3 VHS tapes, and it was like the worst quality, but it was Titanic, and it had just come out of theaters, and people were waiting for it to come out.
And you're like, I got it.
And I was like, I fucking got Titanic. And so, of course, I tell like people that I have Titanic because I'm a fucking idiot.
And it's starting to get around the school.
It gets around the school, and then so finally I'm in my PE class, which I'm terrible at, and I don't have great grades in PE, and I suck at it. Anything physical, I'm not good at it. So I remember just like doing my jumping jacks with the rest of the class, and then he's like, all right, everybody run around the track 3 times, let's do it. And so I start going on my fucking thing where I'm not even gonna run, I'm just gonna walk. And the coach goes, hey, Zaragoza, get over here.
Oh, Steve. Oh, if this is going where I think it's going.
This is hilarious.
He calls me over and he's like, you're doing good out there. Listen, I heard you got Titanic.
You lived a Big Mouth episode.
Is this an episode of Big Mouth?
No, it just sounds like it could be.
So
like it sounds like something the coach would be like, hey, Hey.
Yeah, come on, Zaragoza.
And you went, and your headspace went what?
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, how did it get to you, man? How did you fucking find out?
Did you let him borrow it?
And I was like, yeah, I have Titanic. I have Titanic. James Cameron's
Mr. Jones,
Titanic.
You heard correctly.
And
I have Titanic.
He was like,
You heard correctly, sir.
I'll give you you suck in this class. I'll give you a passing grade if you let me borrow Titanic.
I don't believe it.
Swear to God, I'm not joking. Not
if you
joking.
give him bootleg Titanic,
Yeah.
you could have a
Yep.
passing grade.
Yep.
And he prefaced that with, "You suck at this class."
Yeah. Yes. I'm not joking. This is not a lie.
He said you suck at this class?
No, well, that part was like obviously maybe part of my insecurities, and I heard that. But I was like, or maybe just in my head, the story is associated with the fact that I just sucked at PE.
Well, and if he's bribing you with a passing grade, you're not.
You
acing
obviously
it.
sucked at PE.
Yeah.
He was like, "Give me a passing grade. You let me fucking have Titanic."
Dude,
No.
I hated PE.
Did you
I
give
hated
it to
all
him?
those classes.
I did. I made a copy of it and gave it to him. Yeah,
You gave him Titanic.
yeah I gave him
Repeat.
Titanic.
to pass.
Yeah.
PE.
He must have had such a good time with that. He went home and he was the best
Was he a dad?
dad.
Was he married? Do you know?
Yeah, he was married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he passed away like 2 or 3 years after that.
No way.
Yeah.
That quick.
That's all he wanted. He just wanted
Man.
to see Titanic.
Hopefully I made
Titanic.
him happy for that.
Everybody
amount
has
of
a
time.
weird Titanic story. I went to it in like my freshman year in high school, and
What did you say, Steve?
did we
Someone
totally
miss
miss something? What's going on here?
No, it's just interesting how the story went to, and he died.
And he died. Yeah. I don't know how to handle it. Death is scary. I remember when we went to the theater to watch Titanic, and I was a freshman, I think, a freshman or an 8th grader. I forget what it was, but I went with my girlfriend, and we also double dated with another couple. And I just remember doing that 8th grade way too long, got to be gross because you did it too long makeout session.
Yeah.
Like in front of families, just going...
Yeah.
While Titanic's going on, people are falling and hitting the propeller. They're flying and doing. I'm just going. It was like a 2-hour makeout session. Then the boy that was part of the couple next to us thought the people falling and hitting the propeller was the funniest
Oh,
thing.
no.
So I'm sitting here making out. This other asshole sitting next to me is just going
Laughing at
during
people.
the worst part
Oh,
to
no.
laugh at Titanic.
What a bunch of dicks.
Kids are monsters.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
Their brains are so stupid.
Man,
Little idiots.
makeout sessions that lasted hours.
Well, guys, what a fun episode of the Valleycast. This has
Elliot,
been.
did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
No.
You good?
No.
You got nothing?
We had fun. We played some games
I'm
and
good.
stuff.
I'm
and,
good.
You know, fuck the format. You know what I mean, boys? So, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Valleycast. What a great time we had. The holidays are upon us swiftly. So, hey, I've got a nifty idea for a gift that you can give someone. How about a patronage to the Valley folk? Huh? That's a nice
what
gift
a
idea.
Fun,
Yeah.
holiday gift.
Go to patreon.com/thevalleyfolk if you're interested in maybe helping us out, and then maybe giving a pal that maybe loves the content we make, but they're not a patron, they don't get to see the exclusive stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's a nice idea.
Invite them over. Play.
We got a bunch of fun stuff coming up. Again, stay tuned for Santa Steve. I think we're looking around the 18th to debut that to the masses, and we got some other fun stuff. We got a movie, Christmas movie game.
Mhm.
Played that. That'll be coming out.
We got an ice cream
We
video
got an
coming
ice
up.
cream.
We gotta tell 'em
taste
everything.
test thing.
We don't gotta-
Yeah,
we
man.
don't gotta-
We're just hyping it up.
We don't got to tell
And
them
we're just
the
doing some
title
hype.
of every video.
And
We're
you know
just
what?
doing some hype.
Watch your show because we're very proud of it, and we got some really fun stuff coming out today, actually, or in the
Yeah.
next couple days too. So
I'm
Awesome.
Hell
moving
yeah.
that we speak never about our programming ever again.
Great. I
That's
think that's a great idea.
awesome. Thanks,
Option option
Granted.
heard, and
Heard
it's
and-
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
granted.
agree with any of that. I think that's a
All
horrible
right,
idea.
thank you guys so much for
All right, thank you
listening
so
to
much.
us. Have a
Oh,
good,
man, we really have
good
a
evening.
marketing
We'll
department.
get you next time
Wow.
on.
Suck a PR.
Catch you next
We're
time.
gonna die. Our
This is
company's
the kind
gonna
of gift you
die.
get
Our
if you
company's gonna
stick with us
die.
till
Our
the
company's
very
gonna die.
end.